Welcome back, beer tubers. Ryan here with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. Going to be looking at the one and only Orval today. This is one of the certified authentic Trappist breweries, and this is the only beer they make. And it comes with a nice little tag with the fish with the ring. There's a whole story behind that. I wish I had an Orval glass. I don't, so we're going to use this Lost Abbey one, which I think works really well for these lighter Belgian type of beers. So this one, according to the bottle, is 6.9%, but I think that's only their bottling ABV because this beer is finished with Brettanomyces, which is a wild yeast. And I'm actually going to harvest the yeast out of this bottle to put in one of my home brews. This one was bottled on the 10th of June 2011, so it's about 10 months old. Let's see, color-wise, pretty hazy. It's bottle-conditioned beer, ton of carbonation streaming up. It's got a nice, really rich golden color to it. Got two fingers, slightly off-white, kind of yellow tinge head on it. Let's get the aroma. Oh yeah, it smells fantastic. It has big hay-like notes. Ton of that peppery spiciness from the yeast. You know, it's got some floral hops on there. This is a pretty hoppy beer. I believe they dry hop it too before they bottle it as well. I'd like to get a really fresh version of this beer, so because my understanding is pretty hoppy up front. Hops fade. That Brettanomyces takes over in the fermentation, dries out the beer more. It's just very much an evolving beer within the bottle. So you get some of that hay funkiness on there. And there's a little bit of a sweetness, a little sweet breadiness in there as well. So let's dig in. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's really nice. It's so smooth. Well, you get a bit of that kind of slightly stinging carbonation up front, which brings in some hop character as well. This one's not super funky. I've had some Orval that's older than this that really starts to develop that funky character. This one's just kind of tastes like it's in the early stages of developing that. So once that initial attack of carbonation and kind of bitterness hits, slowly fades away towards the middle of the palate, and that's where the malt character in this beer kind of comes up. Just really nice, bready, sweet bread malts. They're probably using some candy sugar in there to bump up the ABV if I had to guess. I'm not entirely sure. I forget. There's some clone recipes out there if you're a home brewer, look for them. And it's just such a really just rich, malty breadiness, the sweetness in there. And then it really dries out in the back end. That Brettanomyces takes over. The initial yeast they use to ferment it adds a nice spiciness. There's a little bit of fruitiness in there too. And then it goes into that funky hay-like character. And then has a little bit of a lingering touch, but not much. This beer is leaving some incredible lacing. This is more or less a one-of-a-kind type of beer. I know Green Flash just produced a beer that's sort of along these lines, but this is just an absolute world-class beer. If you've never had it, give it a try. Get a bottle as fresh as you can, drink it, get that hop character, and then just either buy one aged or get one aged it yourself. Just let it go a year plus, and you just see how this beer develops in the bottle. It's a phenomenal beer. It gets an A+ for me. It's such an easy drinking beer. I think the carbonation kind of bumps it up to maybe more of a medium mouthfeel, but it's more medium light drinkability. You get no alcohol on it whatsoever. Just an absolutely perfectly crafted beer in my opinion. So I'm gonna finish this, harvest this yeast out of this bottle. But until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.